G'day guys, this is Hell Hades, this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I'm back on the test server here, playing around with some of the new champions. I'm going to show you a 2-for-1 team for Clan Boss that requires the slowest speeds I think we've ever seen. And it revolves around one of the new epics who I think is going to actually be insane for this game. And by that, I don't mean needs a nerf insane. I mean, she's going to bring all sorts of different ideas, speed tunes, arena comps, Clan Boss comps, because of one of her abilities. And it's one of these champions that comes into the game, and as soon as you see the skill, you're like, this is going to be a game changer. Yeah, this is going to be someone who makes stuff happen. Not today, over time, as more of the big brains start to work this through. Me and Saph have done an initial team, kind of looking at ideas. Saph's put a lot of work into building out a version of the Deadwood calculator so that we can get these new champions going really quick. So who am I talking about? Who's the big champion that's going to make the difference? Is actually the epic White Dryad Nia. Cool epic, by the way. The skill that I'm talking about here is a A2. So a full cleanse from a target, a heal for 40% of their health, and then basically a decrease the cooldown of the target's skills by 2 turns. It's a bit like a Renegade move, a Kaimar move, that type of thing. But it's on a 3-turn cooldown, and it's focused on one individual. Now, after doing some testing, basically, if all things are equal, she will always do this to the leader. Yeah, so, and that's the kind of premise that we're working on for the team that I'm going to show you today. As I say, this team is not the new best Clan Boss team in the world. Actually, not even close. But what it is a fun showcase of what she's able to do with this skill. By the way, she also brings Ally Protect and Weak Source Strengthen for Clan Boss. So her other ability on her A3 is very good. Her weakness is that she only hits once out of all her skills, and therefore she just does next to no damage by herself. She's also got a very cool passive that if she's healed, she actually spreads a heal across the rest of your team. Not by a lot, but she spreads a heal to the rest of your team. So who else am I going to throw in there? I want to show some of the other new champions off as well. So we're going to pair her up with Ruella. Ruella has got a turn meter boost, a bit like a Seeker boost, but without the extra turn. She's also got 2 triple hit abilities. For Fire Knight, she's obscenely good, by the way. I've done some testing on my on the test server on stream for that. But for this video, we're going to be using her for a decreased defense and a weaken for Clan Boss. So two triple hits means that we're going to run Giant Slayer on her, and we're just going to put her in damage gear. She's running at 188 speed. I should just quickly show you the build of Nia. So Nia, I've got in Stalwart gear with Immortal. She's got standard kind of War Master build, but with a healing set. And she is running at, what's that, 209 speed with a lot of health because she's our ally protector. Okay, other people in the mix. We've got ourselves an extender in Godseeker, one of the old champions in Guardian gear. She's got standard kind of Clan Boss stuff going on as well. She is running at 228 speed. And then we're bringing in 2 of the new legendary champions. And I did manage to just get lucky and grabbed a couple of 1-star souls out of the soul market as well. So we've got Guardian set on Elva Autumnborn. She's going to be our lead for this fight because she's got speed in all battles. She's also our speed freak champion and our block debuffs. And she's bringing some healing. And she's bringing like a passive heal as well. I don't think she's going to be obscene for Clan Boss, but I think she can be involved in teams for Clan Boss. So we are basically going to push her to basically have this A2 available a lot more than it should be with Nia's A2. So we're constantly going to be refreshing the cooldown of this A2. Means we can keep our increased speed up basically all the time with her in the leader spot, which is pretty cool. The other champion I'm bringing in is Mishinaki, who is actually a ridiculous legendary. I'm going to do a video completely about this dude separately, so I'm not going to showcase him in full. But basically, whenever he puts Hex out there on his passive, he's got a 50% chance of teaming up with the rest of the group. It's obscenely good for long fights, Hydra and Clan Boss especially. He also brings decreased attack and decreased defense, and he brings an HP burn on his A1, which is what he would use when he teams up. So it's basically, HP burn is always on when we're doing this Clan Boss run. He's got War Master as well, and we also put War Master here on Autumnborn. So Autumnborn's speed was 257. She's the only one really that is fast of this team. And we've got a 191 Mishinaki here. Now, in terms of who else could be in these slots, tons of different options, yeah? And there's going to be a ton of different options for the way this team works. The main thing is, Nia is going to be force pushing somebody's speed. I've done it with Ruella in a comp. That worked as well. You could do it with a Deacon. Not in these same speeds exactly. That's what I mean. The big brains are going to have to work this stuff out. But things like Deacon comps, Seeker comps, anyone who's got an increased speed buff like Lydia could be where this Autumnborn is. So there's a whole bunch of different options here. But basically Nia is what's forcing this comp to be so slow on a 2-for-1 setup. I'll show you the team setup a bit here. So we've got Autumnborn will always force her A2 when possible. Missinaki, get your Hex out there, then do your work. Nia, force the A2 instead of the A3. She will do it in reverse of that if you let her. Godseeker, we're just saying, I need to do basically 2 A1s with Godseeker, and then we're full auto on this team. Ruella, do your A3 as an opener, but then do your A2 when if you've got it A3 otherwise. Let's do this. So I can start an auto, but it's not full auto. I need to A1 twice with Godseeker. So we're going to let Godseeker do her A1 there. Get some work done. Get some work done. I then need to step in and just A1 here. And then back on auto. Full auto from now on. So Hex is out there. Whenever we hit with anybody, 50% chance that old Mishinaki is just going to go in there with his A1 like that and lay some damage down. Honestly, this team doesn't have any damage. Like, Nia doesn't really do any damage. Autumnborn doesn't really have any attacks. Godseeker does a bit of damage. And it only really leaves Mishinaki and Ruella to do all of the damage. Which means that this isn't going to be like a one-key team or anything like that. In fact, nowhere near it. But the concept is definitely viable of one-key teams once we start bringing in some of those other big legendaries that I've not put into this team. Like, for example, if I just put Valk in this team somewhere, then it's an easy one-key team, yeah? Mishinaki's capable of doing one-key stuff, and Nia with somebody else is capable of one-key stuff. But I think the group that I've pulled together here are not capable of one-key stuff. But you'll see here, I've basically put the Mastery Steadfast onto Autumnborn so that the stun hit comes after this defensive unit Mishinaki. So I've done that on purpose. But it could be this champion, honestly. It doesn't matter too much. But you can see here, we're just kind of like flowing through our damage. Burn stays up all the time. And with the Ally Protect and all of the kind of defensive buffs we've got out there, strengthen, etc. I don't even have increased defense in this team, by the way. You can see the kind of potential. So I'm going to let this run through. You can watch it, and then let's see kind of how we get on and who's done the damage at the other end. Right, here we go then. So we've actually got 7.8 million from Elva. That's mainly through Brimstone and Warmaster procs. Mishinaki hits 23.7 million in this comp. Nia only does 2 million. She doesn't do any damage because she doesn't really do anything. Godseeker though, 7.7. Ruella, 6.6. Actually, Ruella's a bit lower than I was hoping it would be, but she does have a cool kit. Also could have built people better because I forgot, Ruella gives me 30% crit rate, so I could have boosted a lot of the damage here just from building a better Ruella. So anyway, as I said earlier in the video, I feel like Nia, although she doesn't really do any damage, a bit like Dimitha, will create some weird and wonderful comps throughout this game. Definitely going to be one to watch out for. Definitely going to be one of those champions I feel like, you know, Deadwood will be all over. The Mad Clan, if they get involved in this stuff, will be all over because, like, really, really fun. The other thing about Nia is she could be insane for Arena. Okay, so we've shown her in Clan Boss here, but if you imagine Nia, she can have her cooldowns reduced. Yeah, so she can actually get this reduced. I've tried it with Painkeeper, it works. I've tried it with Renegade, it works. I don't have Yumiko, but it will work with Yumiko. So between the two of them, Yumiko and Nia, they could chain reduce the cooldown of their abilities. Basically meaning that Yumiko is like forever locking out the enemy. I don't have Yumiko, but I would imagine that is obscene to do. And obviously if you're building her for Arena, she's a high HP champion, you'd probably go something like Bolster Gear. But yeah, this is going to be a champion to watch out for the future. There you go, guys. A bit of a Nia showcase. What do you think? Where would you most use her? I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you later.